pretty hefty, not like a normal weekly magazine that you'd get. And if you go to the centre, you will find that your papers, they're easy to find because the paper is a lot thicker than you would get in a normal magazine. Magazine papers are glossy, they're thin. These are, I wanted them matte, and I wanted a good quality paper, which you've got here. So you've got extra elements printed on here, and they're double-sided as well, and you do get a repeat, so you've got some really lovely colours going on here. And of course we've echoed some of the stamp designs onto these. So I haven't designed these pages. The clever people at Practical Publishing, the graphic designers, have taken all of our images and they've actually created these lovely papers to use. So because they're in the middle, they're quite easy to take out. You can just lift up these staples, take it out, and then just push them back down again. So you don't have to just rip them out. And you've got loads. Look at all these.
Repeats, and so if you do, you know, you've got favourites, you've got more than one to go out there as well.
Absolutely.
Such a pretty colour palette in there.
It is a nice colour palette, isn't it? It's really lovely. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. So there's loads of that. And then you've got all your projects as well. So you've got some listed here in the front, and then we go on to, look at all those. Oh, those are just gorgeous, aren't they? And then I've done 14 projects in here, so I've done loads and loads of projects, had lots of fun, and I've done, you know, mixed media, different techniques here. I'm going to be doing some over the weekend for you. I've done little mini journals and stuff. Sue Jacobs has done some lovely shaped cards here. And then we've got Rachel Fisher. She's been focusing on the flowers. I'm missing a page, never mind. And then we go on to, oh yes, so we've got Lou Collins here with some gorgeous scrapbooking pages, which is here on the set. I think it's this one. Is it this one on the set?
We'll see if we can have a look at that.
Yeah.
And there's some very sort of recognisable faces in there, isn't there? I know there's more than Lou in there, the ones that have already been mentioned as well.
Mel Jess, Sarah Gray, Jill Humphreys, Kerry Sturman, you know, some really well-known designers. Carolyn Lakin, known for her watercolour techniques, and she's done some fabric there as well. You've got all the papers. We're very lucky. We've had some really nice designers working on our magazine. You must enter the competition as well, because you could win one of our virtual Dirty Weekends this year. Then I've done some of the new stamps that have just been released as well, so you've got some inspiration there. A little bit of information about some of the products we have. You've got Teresa Morgan, we've got our very own Julia Watts there with some beautiful, clean and simple. Absolutely gorgeous. Then I've done a load of upcycling stuff, which you can see on the counter there. So all sorts of lovely projects as well.
You're not kidding when you say it's jam-packed full, are you?
Absolutely. Look, I've still got pages to go. So there's loads and loads to look at there. And yeah, we've done a little diary page as well of what it's been like this year, and a little bit about some of the teaching that we do, whether it's in India or the virtual tour. So, you know, it's a fantastic keepsake magazine, really nice and heavy and chunky, and I just can't believe the price. And then of course you're getting our rubber stamp as well, which is exclusive to Hochanda, so you've got that as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. And you know, it's brilliant for all of your backgrounds, and it fits in with everything that we've done here, because I felt that we've jam-packed it full of flowers and everything, but we needed more background work, so that's why we've done that one for you.
No wonder we've been so busy, and it continues to be busy out there as well. We know you're loving this. Can I just let you know as well, Kay, we've had lots of emails in from people that have purchased issue 1, issue 2. They've been so excited about this. They can't wait for this to land on their doormat as well. I am not surprised. Now let's give you the details again. So the one-day special, first of all, if you want to go for the one-day special, we've just seen it there. We've seen that beautiful magazine. We've seen all those guests in there as well, sharing their inspiration, their knowledge with you. The A4 stamp set, there's multiple stamps on there. You've got that beautiful stencil. I absolutely love that stencil. I love everything about it, and the fact that you've got 4 individual different designs on there just makes it even better. You've got the dies there as well. well. You have got the A6 stamp included, all for that price of £21.98. You are saving £3 there. 847488 is the item number. Incredible value. Now, the very, very vast majority are going for the big collection. I am not surprised. Now, the £3 that you're saving on the one-day special, you will carry that over. So it always seems a little bit odd, this. When we show the saving on the screen, you've got to remember that any savings that you've seen carried over from other bundles is there as well. This is on top of that. And I do want to point out as well that if you were buying the Luscious on their own, which is included in the big collection, they're worth £26.25. That's almost the same as that first flexi. You have got 2 payments to make. 2 payments of £29.50. So that is really spreading the cost for you as well. Just to go back to the Luscious as well, of course, it's not just those. They're brand new today, but you can see how beautiful they are. A new recipe for these as well. They're absolutely stunning. And then, of course, you're getting that red rubber stamp as well, which I'm sure we're going to have another look at. Just as we've just panned across those colours there as well, you can see that stamp in all its glory there, the rhododendron flower. It is beautiful. No wonder Kay's had such a lovely time with this. I think you could just go on and on and on. It's endless, Kay, isn't it? What you could achieve with this, with different colourways and embossing powders, stamping on different materials as well. Beautiful. So that saving, although it says 122, is much bigger than that, of course. We can split this down. We've got the price for you, £59. Split it those 2 ways, and it certainly does help with the cost, doesn't it? 959490 is the item number. Now, we have had the gremlins in the system tonight. Can only apologise for that. We are getting through your calls. Everybody's working very, very hard. We will get to you. Just keep trying. Stay with us. We are working our way through it. But of course, when it's indigo blue, it's not just about the one-day special and the Luscious powders. We've got more to tell you about as well. Brand new glue. Now, I was watching as much as I could earlier on, Kay. Love this. We've got the grab and go glue. Tell us about this. Great value again. You're getting 2 of these.
That's right. So I've wanted to do this for a couple of years because when I was teaching classes and building MDF, I was finding that either the glues were too runny, or they weren't grabbing quickly enough, or they weren't strong enough, or whatever. So I tried lots and lots of different types, and so I basically went to our glue manufacturer and said, you know, can you help me out here? And they said, what exactly do you want? And I said, well, it's got to be strong enough to hold wood together, but it's also got to be good for card making as well. I want something that's really, really strong, and also that it grabs fairly quickly, so that, you know, you're not holding those flowers down for 10 minutes before it actually grabs. So it will grab fairly quickly as well. And we've put it in one of our pots that we're famous for with our flitter glue, because it's got that nozzle top, which means that it's not going to get clogged up, because it's just a screw opener. I don't know whether you can grab hold of that, Catherine.
I certainly can.
Just the very top bit, just that's it. See, the nipple disappears from the top. If you carry on turning that, you'll see that the nipple disappears and it's open.
So there you can see it's there. If I turn again, there you can see it disappear.
That's right. So what happens is, when you're finished using your glue, you just turn it until the nipple pushes up, and that pushes out any excess glue. You just give that a wipe, and then it's never going to get clogged up. Yeah. And also, if you feel it, it feels nice to hold. It's not too small. Because if you've got dexterity issues like me, it's really quite a good size to hold. It's not too fiddly, but likewise, it's a really soft plastic, so you can actually. I was just going to say that. You can squeeze it really easily.
Yeah. Because that's important. It really is important. So great design of the bottles, but of course the contents of the bottle is just fantastic, and it's a great price, and we're very busy on them as well. £9.99 for both of these. You are getting 2, 50ml each, 444086. Right, I think without further ado, we'll go over to demo. Shall we do that? Are you ready, Kate?
Yes, let's have a little bit of a play. So I thought I would have a play with this lovely stamp that we've got in the complete bundle before it sells out. So I thought I'd have a play with this straight away. So this is the rhododendron, and I'm actually using our stamping platform for this one. So I'm using VersaFine, just a normal, nice black. And the reason why I like to use VersaFine is it really shows up all the nice line work on the stamp. Now, I just use the heel of my hand, because then I'm actually pushing with the most of my weight. All you have to do is just lean forward, because if you just use your fingertips, if you're not very strong on your hands, then it's going to put too much pressure on. So I just use the heel of my hand. And if you don't get a perfect impression straight away, you can always reprint again. But this is looking really lovely.
That looks perfect, Kay, I've got to say.
It's
absolutely
gorgeous, isn't it?
amazing detailing
It
there.
works so well. Let me just fold
And
that
of course,
over.
it's important to say as well that these stamps are pre-mounted, so you only need to sort of cut around the outline if you need to do that, but the mounting is there.
Yeah, it's already mounted onto cling, so it will actually cling to your acrylic blocks or your stamping platform, and your laminate is also your storage as well, because it will cling to your laminate as well. So that's the bit of the packaging that it comes with. And I'm just using an ultra-fine clear embossing glaze. And you get loads in the pot, so this is available with the superfine embossing glaze, and also you get the unicorn sparkles with it. And
we'll bring the details in actually. I'll show you a little picture of these. This is well worth popping into your basket as well. Remember, with Flexi you can split the cost on anything else if you're putting in with, of course, that collection. There we are. Now, this one here, this is where you're going to find the unicorn sparkles, the clear superfine that Kay's currently using there, and some luscious as well. So we're showing you a couple of different bundles there, 536958, if you want to go for this one though, with that superfine embossing glaze in there. We are very busy again, Kay.
Are we?
We certainly are.
That's good, because I think a lot of people were worried, you know, with it all breaking the internet with their enthusiasm. So what I've done here is I actually put my luscious, when I'm using it just to paint with water, I actually put them in a palette. So this is just like a Tim Holtz palette. Unfortunately, we don't have any on Hochanda. We can't get hold of them here. But I am allowed to say that you can get the indigo blue. So I'm actually using our new set here. So the way I've actually filled the palette is I get my brush, and you just need to dip this in water so you get a nice wet brush. And then if I take the out of the blue, okay,
These colours are just divine.
honestly, I have been so excited to bring these to you. You put your wet brush into the powder, and this is pigment powder, and it's also got mica in it, and of course that secret ingredient, and it's also got a binder in as well. So dip a little bit of water in. It actually is better if you use warm water. Obviously ours here in the studio is cold, but if you use warm water, it actually will mix in with the water a lot quicker. So I actually, see, this is the trouble.
I'll tell you what, Kate, just looking at the brush on the screen there, you can't take your eyes off this. This is so gorgeous.
It is, isn't it? It's just, I've been so excited about these.
You can see the difference with the new ones as well. With that
you can,
extra
can't you?
ingredient
I mean,
in there.
just in the palette here. And you saw me at the beginning, you saw me just spray it with water. So that's the key to this. Even though it has got a binder in, you can actually leave it to dry out in the palette, and then you can come back and reconstitute it, because we've only mixed it with water. And that's the key to it.
So there's absolutely no waste with these.
No waste, no. And of course we give you a huge big pot as well. Now, what I've also done is I've put little stickers on here so that I know which is which. So I've actually coloured them in, and then when they're dry, I've actually written over the top of them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So we've got... Let me just check where that
Sarah
is.
from Funky Fossil on earlier, and she was using luscious powders,
Oh,
mixing.
was she?
Yeah, she was. Big fan. She was very excited about tonight, actually. She wanted to hang around just to see the new colours.
Bless. She should have done. She should have done.
shouldn't she?
Yeah.
But she was mixing into a heavy body gel, and she was using a couple of different colours, and that's important to point out as well, because you can mix your colours together.
You can, yeah, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, this is why these palettes are so good, because I have actually got a few here, and you can see that on some I've actually started to mix colours in, and then I just make sure I label them so I know what I've actually done, and then I can replenish it. So yeah, that's the beauty of them, that you can mix them, and they are so, because they can be the base of a lot of stuff that you've you can make with all your different mediums and your texture paste and stuff like that. Look at this juicy plum here. Look at this. So it doesn't look anything in the pot,
stunning colour.
but it just comes alive when you add that water. And I'm going to do it onto white card, but it looks amazing, absolutely amazing on black card. In fact, I'll show you because I'm going to do a border.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going to show us actually, because I can only imagine how beautiful that's going to look. And you're going to get different effects.
Yes.
And you said these are two-tone as well. You've got a sort of a duotone.
They are, yes. I mean, if you look at this, it looks green, but it's actually a gold.
Yeah.
It's I call it a grungy gold, but when you paint it, it looks so different. And what I want to do is I want to take a wider brush, take quite a lot of this juicy plum, and then mix it in. And I want to show you how to do coordinating cardstock as well, because sometimes it's really difficult, isn't it, to mix in, to find a coordinating cardstock to go with your project, your card or whatever.
True. Yeah.
So,
oh, I can't wait to see how you're going to do that.
so it's
I
really
love
easy.
that
So
colour.
it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to do this piece here, and then I'm going to matte and layer it onto some black, like so. But then I'd like the same colour coming through on this one here.
Okay, lovely.
So literally all you do is do a stripe.
Oh, I see. So
Down
you're
the
building a
edge.
frame with the colour.
That's right. And I've got some on this brush, so I don't want to waste it. So I'm just using everything that was on my brush as well. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that.
Absolutely beautiful.
And you can see the amount of pigment in this because it's covering that black in one swipe.
Wow,
It's
look at that.
just beautiful, isn't it? Just going to add a little bit more water to that. Now I like the consistency of like single cream, and I think that is the right amount of pigment to water
Okay.
ratio. So you're going to get a really amazing coverage. Look at that, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? It's
Could you,
just.
Kate? I don't know if this is feasible or not.
There you go,
because
you
of
can
the-
actually-
Look at that. Wow. Oh, that colour. That's on black. That's on your black, but look how
It's on
strong
black,
that colour is.
and it's one swipe, isn't it? It's just to die for. And can you see that duotone coming through now?
Yeah,
you
you
can see
can.
the blue
Yep,
and the
definitely.
violet and the plum as well. So that's the beauty of it. And when it dries, you'll really see quite a sparkle as well.
Okay, if you'd got clean water and you were mixing as you've just mixed then you just rinse out your brush in clean water, you're going to have some of the pigment, a little bit of the pigment and also the mica floating around in the water.
Yes.
Could you use that as kind of a shimmer water effect, or could you put it into a water brush or into a spritzer?
Yeah, you can put it into a water brush and a spritzer, all of them. Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, I do actually put them into spritzers
So if you want
as
to put a
well.
little bit more of the powder and it wouldn't block up the spritzer or anything?
See, that's a really important point, actually. We've actually made these out of pigments that have been, it's almost like a triple milled soap.
Okay,
You know how
yeah,
you get normal
yeah.
soap and then you have triple milled? So these are actually, the particles are much, much smaller than you would normally get in a mica powder. So, yeah, you would just, we just have them milled down a lot further than you normally would. So what I'm doing here is, because I've just
The depth of
embossed
colour again.
this, and this is on white card,
Yeah.
and this is just one quick pass. And because I've embossed it, I don't have to be neat, because I'm not a neat person. So I can just go over all of the lines, and it will just resist all of those black lines that have had the embossing powder on.
You can actually see the resist there. You can see the movement.
You can, can't you? It's really lovely.
Yeah, gorgeous. Oh, those colours.
And it's beautiful. And so what you can do, whilst it's still wet, you can take another colour. You could take a, I don't know, a gold or, you know, a lighter colour. See, look at this moving. It's just to die for,
Do you know,
isn't it?
I'm mesmerised by these colours, but I'm just going to let everybody know as well, when it comes to the complete collection, this is where we're busiest. I'm not surprised with the luscious and that stamp in there as well. A quarter of the stock has now gone. Now, if you're trying to check out Do it now. Do it now. Fingers crossed it's working. We've been working very hard. We've got extra people in working on those phone lines as well. If you've missed out, please try now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's sorted for you. 2 payments of £29 and 50 pence, of course, 959. 490 if you're going for the complete collection there. Now, when the pigments have gone, they are gone. They are not coming back. Not now, anyway, that's for sure.
No.
Not now. Just make sure you check those baskets out as quickly as you can. Those colours are to die for. The glimmer that you've got in there, the shimmer, the mica in there, they are just beautiful. We're going to get back to Kay and see what she's up to there because, of course, she's using those lushes in the current demonstration. Oh, I can see you going onto the green now, Kay.
I am. Well, this is not in the kit. This is just a normal sort of green, but I want to put a base down because I know lots of you have actually already got colours. So I want to show you that you can actually mix in the new colours with the ones that you've already got. So you can mix it on the palette or you can mix it on the card here or on the journal page. So I'm just whacking in a little bit of green.
Other than it being white cardstock that you've got there, Kay, what cardstock is it?
So this is actually a Pink Frog watercolour, which is a favourite of mine. I use the Pink Frog watercolour black card as well, although this is just matting and layering card. So we've got the grungy gold here, and then this will actually mix in beautifully with that green. So I'm just going to pick a couple of little spots to put it, but then I'm going to come in and I'm going to colour some of these areas as well.
And again, you could see when you did the leaves there with the resist of the embossing powder, how you can see that kind of pulling in, so you're not interfering with the beautiful detail in there. That is going to stay put. You're just adding that colour. Do you know, it's stamps like this, you know, you see so many of us at home see stamps like this, we think, oh, this is beautiful, it's gorgeous detail, but I wouldn't know where to start. Just watching you, Kay, there, with what you've done already. Straight in with the colour on the flower head. A couple of different shades on the leaves and picking out a bit of detail in the background. That is certainly achievable by everyone. Absolutely,
it is, definitely. And you don't even have to do double colours on them if you don't want to. If you just want to do a solid colour, that's great. And the great thing about this technique, I use it all the time because it's just so easy just to paint, and the embossing powder does the work for you, basically. You know, so you don't have to be perfect at it. So I'm just going to bring that blue in, and that's going to make this plum really, really pop.
You can see that already, actually.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I will hold it up and give it a wiggle for you.
I was just going to say, I cannot wait for you to show this to camera and give it a proper wiggle, because we know with the overhead, it's great to see everything, but you don't always catch the results of the
yeah, so I'll just give you a little bit of a wiggle whilst I'm at this stage.
Look at this. Look at that.
That is gorgeous, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
And you see, there's so much reflection there, and it's almost dazzling, and that's, you know, the new ingredient.
Love it.
The magic ingredient.
What a beautiful stamp as well.
It is, and it's so, and you can just use the flower if you want to as well. So
actually, saying that, yes, it's not, although you've got lots of petals on there, it's not a difficult one to cut out,
no, it's not. It's really, really easy, actually. So I've got one here that I want to show you, and I've actually done this just with normal translucent paint. So that just on its own, without any luscious on it, just with translucent paint, looks lovely as well. So again, I'm just coming around and I'm just filling in some of these squares and some of these circles. I had so much fun designing this, honestly. And there are hidden numbers everywhere as well.
Do you know, I just spotted,
and the odd words. Yeah.
Was it a 30 I've just seen? Oh, I can see a 20.
Yeah.
Is there a 60 at the top there?
Some of them are important dates for me, and then you've got rhododendron here, and you might find some other secret words as well if you look really, really carefully. So
I'm intrigued now.
I always do that. Right, so that blue is just to die for, absolutely. So then what else should we do? Should we do, some chocolate cherries. Right, these chocolate cherries are just gorgeous. So it looks a little bit brown, but it's just got this underlying cherry to it, and it's a duotone, and it's got those magic sparkles in. Now I think I might actually just bring it round here.
You can literally see those sparkles dancing in the palette.
Can you? Yes. They're amazing, aren't they? I'm still using my big brush. I mean, why am I doing that? I'm using a huge big brush, you know. I should use a slightly smaller brush, that would be easier. And I do have just a hint for you, I do have a couple of jars of water next to me. So when one gets dirty, like with that dark blue, I will use a clean pot of water for the other colours, just so that I'm not mixing the colours, so that you can see. At home I'm not that bothered, but so that you can see the pure colour of these. So I'm just going to, I'm actually going to go over and do that square there. And then as you're colouring in, you'll see more squares appearing and more circles as well.
It's like magic.
It is, and it's just such good fun. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some of these odd circles as well. And this is just such an easy little card to do, or journal page. It's not going to take you long, and to be honest, it's just really nice and mindful just to sit and colour for a bit. So, you know, get yourself comfortable either on your dining room table or in front of the telly. I mean, I sat cutting out the other night, and it was just watching the telly with Alfie, and I was just there with a pile of paper cuttings all over the place, you know, just cutting out from the telly.
You lost the time as well, didn't you?
Yeah, it's lovely. So this one actually sort of runs out here, but you can either join it up or just do a few swipes.
Actually, you can really appreciate that colour there as you're pulling that out, and you can see a little bit more of it.
That's right. You can see that sort of rose look to it, that sort of cherry coming through. So I can't. Sorry, but hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Have we just been
we didn't miss here, did we? We heard.
Have we just gone?
We've only got
into
about
a time
15
warp?
minutes left of this show. Where has it gone?
That's just
I'm
mental.
literally, if I go really quiet or somebody talks to me and I don't answer, I'm literally mesmerised with Kay here as well.
In the zone, yeah, that's right. And they're just saying, watching the sparkle, and you can see it. I don't know whether you can see it from there. I'll have to stand it up and give it a wiggle. And then what I want to do is I want to get this, because I love this. I love this gold, this grungy gold.
It really does look green there, doesn't it? But as you're putting more water in there, you can see the gold coming through.
Yeah.
You can see the duo tones of that.
That's
now.
right. So let's have a little bit here, and then I'm going to finish off with this lovely rusty bucket. In fact, I've just left a couple there. Let me just fill those in.
So you could paint directly onto your MDF with these as well, Kay?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely you can. Yeah, no problem at all. And they're so versatile because you can use them with so many different things. I have brought a board with me, which I'll put together for tomorrow, but just some of the things that you can use it with, and it's just amazing. These luscious, there's hundreds of techniques, and as I've said before, in January, at the beginning of the year, I did quite a few Facebook Lives with some of the techniques that you can use with luscious, and there's actually 4 which are an hour long. So,
well, I'm going to say as well, if anybody's watching and has any questions, I know we haven't got that long tonight, but get them ready. Email in tomorrow. Of course, Kay's back at 8 o'clock in the morning. She's back at 12 and then 4, as long as we've got some stock left, because once it's gone, it's gone. I've got to remind you of that. And, you know, just ask anything that you wish, particularly if it comes to the bundle, the ways of using the luscious. But I know, of course, Kay is going to share lots of inspiration, hints and tips along the way as well.
Sorry, I just disappeared into the zone then. You know, like you do. But you're going to love these colours, and I'm so thrilled with these. We've worked hard on getting these right, and it's just worked out beautifully, actually. So I'm just putting a little bit of this rusty bucket on, just to add a little something. And then this acrylic glue that I've got, so it is an acrylic base.
We have been very, very busy on that, actually. Remember, you're getting 2 of these, and you've got that very, very special little bottle to put them in as well. It's not going to block, it's not going to gunge up, as long as, of course, you close the lid afterwards. Just a little twist on there, and that will close that back down. £9.99 for this, 444086. And you did say, Kay, didn't you? You're going to use this for so many reasons. You're going to use it with your MDF. It's quick grab.
Yeah.
You know, it dries clear. So it is. It's not too runny at all. It's just perfect. Kay has had this in production. It's something she's wanted to do for a long time. And you are making the most of it. 444086.
So I'm just taking my paintbrush around the edges of this, and normally I would leave that to dry, but I'm just going to give it a quick blast because we haven't got much time left.
Okay.
So I'm just going to blast that, but you can see how it's quite uneven, but I really like that, and it just uses the same colours, so that is going to sparkle when it hits the light. And I'm just going to give that a wiggle for you. Oops, sorry.
Wow.
I'll give that a wiggle for you. There you go.
That just looks stunning. Do you know, you could, we can see it there actually. I was going to say, if you wanted to hold it to camera 1, we could have a view there as well, because it does kind of catch the light in a different way.
It does.
Look at that. I mean, talk about duo tones, but actually it's as though you've used multiple, and I mean multiple colours in there. You've seen a lot more than 2 per colour there, as far as I'm concerned. Just beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've got fingerprints on it now. I'll cover those up in a minute. So with this, I'm just going to I'm putting quite a lot on because I want to give myself a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay.
Okay, so I can, because I'm rubbish at doing this, I like to give it a sort of wiggle and just make sure that it is actually, you know, straight. I'm just trying not to smudge more of the edge, but oh.
Actually, I quite like that. You smudged one of the little spots there.
I have squished it,
it all
yeah.
works together beautifully.
But what I'll do is I'll cover that up some way. But you can see how it's grabbed and it's flat already, which is great.
Amazing. And then, of course, you're bringing in that layer that you've put that beautiful luscious around the edge.
So this is going to look fantastic. Look at that. That's just matching.
That is perfect.
And that just does it for me. That's lovely. So I'm just going to clean that up and I'll put this on somewhere. All right, so
okay,
I'll see you in a minute.
Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, thank you, Kay. Let's have a little bit of a recap. One day special first of all, of course. So you have got options here. Let's look at the one day special. Of course, that does include, it's the magazine. It's the magazine box kit. 1/3 of the stock has gone. We have huge stocks. We anticipated very busy shows. We've not been disappointed. Now, of course, when it comes to the magazine box kit, you are getting the A4 stamp set. There's multiple stamps on there. That beautiful butterfly, you've got foliage, you've got florals, you've got wording, you've even got, you know, you've got other backgrounds in there as well. You've got focal points, you've got elements that you can build up into sprays. I mean, those flower heads, use them individually, use them together. You can build these up in so many variations. You've also got, of course, the A6 stamp in there. You've got the dies, you've got the stencil, and of course, inside that magazine, you've got those papers as well, which are absolutely beautiful. Really good quality. You can take those out of the magazine if you so wish. It's all there included with a £3 saving for just £21.98. So many people have been waiting for this. You are not going to be disappointed. 847488 is the item number. But of course, that £3 saving you could carry over to the big collection. If you are loving the luscious, those new pigments, those new colours, and most of you are doing this actually, this is how most of you are spending your money. Remember, when this has gone, when those luscious have gone, we'll not see them back again for this one day special. You need to get in there very, very quickly. Now you can see those different colours, those beautiful new colours all on the card there. You can see the names of them, their duo tone. You can see the sparkle in there. I'm not even tilting that, I'm not even wiggling it, and you can see exactly what you get in there. Oh, they are gorgeous, aren't they? And remember, you can mix these together if you want to. Mix these with previous luscious. Just because you've got the new ingredients here doesn't mean they're not going to work alongside alongside the ones you've already got. If you've never seen them before, well, what a way to get started as well. So remember, the £3 saving carried over, you've got an extra £1.22 on top of that, and individually, if you were going for those luscious on their own, it would set you back £26.25. You're getting them all here in that bundle with, of course, that rhododendron. Look at the packaging there. If that's not inspiration, I don't know what is. And you can see the finished card there as well. Do you know, I'm going to pick up one or two more of the card samples we've got here at the back as well. Big thank you to the design team. This one's by Lorna. I absolutely love that as well. Die cutting out the flower head, and then of course chopping up those bits of paper with, you know, your colours in the background, the stamp on there as well. This one's from Kerry. If I just give that a little bit of a wiggle, you can see the shimmer in there as well. Oh, beautiful. This one's from Carolyn. There you can see that gorgeous green in the background. So, you know, if you don't want to go with so many colours, you can just pick out one of the colours and change the tone a little bit in the background as well. Oh, I've just spotted another one I absolutely love. This is another one of Kerry's, actually. Look at the blues. I can see one of the papers from the magazine. I'm right there, aren't I, Kay?
Gorgeous, aren't they? She's really used them to their fullest extent. Really shows them off beautifully.
And then with the rhododendron stamp as well. We are extremely busy. In fact, when it comes to the big collection, the complete collection here, so much of the stock has gone, almost 30%. Exceptionally busy from the word go. Do you know, there will be sales during the night and in between the shows as well, so don't miss out on that. I mean, I'm picking up there the rhododendron, but actually, I should really be delving into some more of the samples here as well, because when it comes to the full collection, of course you're getting the magazine kit. So if you're going for the one-day special, of course you're still going to get these stamps as well. So I'm just going to bring these in as well. As I show you more and more and more, I'm just going to let you know as well, the call centre are waiting for you. You can ring us, we will get to you. The website's busy, the website is working, so whichever way you want to go, you certainly can do. And can I take this opportunity as well, just to say, if you were purchasing on the first hour, because of the little error we had on the pricing, do get in touch with the call centre as well. They will refund the difference. It's gone in your favour, so make sure that you get that. But it's correct as we're seeing it now, so any purchases during this hour, you have got the right prices there. 959490 is the item number if you're going for the full collection. And of course, we have got Flexi on this for you as well, so you can spread the cost, and we can flip that around for you. There you are, two payments of £29.50. I know a lot of you have gone for the glues as well. If you're going for the collection, if you're splitting the cost, you can split the cost of the glue as well. I'm just going to grab that actually. Well worth every penny of this. It's a great price as well. A third of the stock has gone. You're getting both of these for £9.99. I mean, we've lots of other things on the counter as well. We've not even mentioned this hour. Do head to the website. There's so much there for you. Just thinking about it, I mean, we did mention about the superfine embossing glaze. We've got that in a bundle for you. We've also got other embossing powders. We've got the paints as well. We'll bring the website up, shall we? Shall we show you a little bit more? And of course, there it is. We can see it. We've got the Slim Jims as well. So if you want some acrylic blocks for stamping with, they're there for you as well. Of course, you've got the footer glue. Look at the 5-star reviews here as well. There's the two bundles I was just talking about. So you've got the ultrafine embossing powder. You've also got the bundle that's got the clear in there with the unicorn sparkles and something else in another luscious. Look at the stencils we've got. Slap It On is there for you. The super thick is also there for you as well. And your essentials as well. Right, okay. Now then, I have no idea where this hour has just disappeared to, but Kay?
Neither do I. No idea whatsoever. It's just like a time warp, isn't it?
Look at this, though.
Okay,
what have you done to this? You've put your scribbles around the edge, and doesn't that work?
Well, yeah, because you know how I smudged it.
Oh, you are clever.
I smudged it, so I thought, right, I'll do some scribbling and a few little dots.
That was a happy accident, if ever I've seen one. I've got to point out again the frame there. You've matte and layered onto the black card using the lushes. So painting onto the white cardstock, then doing the framework in the black. But look how those colours just pull together perfectly.
Don't they? Absolutely. And that plum, juicy plum around the outside, it just works.
It really
and then
does.
this is one that I did as a tester.
Oh, wow.
And just with the same colours but in a different direction, but the actual flower I've actually cut out. You can see I've cut out matte and layered, but I've actually just done that with one colour, which is the translucent paint mulberry bush. Okay, so then the rest sparkles and it makes that flower really pop.
Do you know, it really does, doesn't it? And
Doesn't
we've got
it?
those paints available as well. Check the website out for those. Kay, I've got to say as well, I can see you could still keep cutting into that flower head and really sort of
That's right.
build on that even
can.
more, can't you? It is
Yeah, so you can do
absolutely
lots of
stunning.
different layers. You can do 2 or 3 layers there, but also it means that you can also stamp, so you can make it a much bigger, blousier flower as well. And that's the beauty
Putting
of
those
it.
flower heads together, you could almost cut out a smaller bud as well, have a larger one and then kind of decrease the size of them by cutting into the stamp. Do you know, that is so worth getting that big collection with the luscious and also that stamp included there. Do not miss out. Check those baskets out. We are ready and waiting for you. I did say that. We are up and running, so make sure you've got yours. I can tell you it has been a very, very busy hour. Do you know, Kay is back in the morning, 8 o'clock. I've got to keep saying it. The luscious, if you're going for the big collection, when it's gone, it's gone. I don't want anybody to miss out on these, but I think there may be some people that are unlucky. I'm just going to keep pulling out more and more samples from the amazing design team.
That's Carolyn's there.
Oh, love it, love it. On the fabric there as well. Beautiful. Would that have been done with your translucent paints then,
Yes,
Kay?
that's right, yes.
Amazing.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? I'm
They
just
really
so
are.
proud
Oh, look
of
at
my
this
design
one.
team. They're
Who's done
amazing.
this one?
That's a shaped card,
That's
so that must be
Sue.
Sue Jacob.
Okay, let me just put these down so I can show you.
You
that.
just turn
Look
it
at
through.
this.
That's it.
Which way have I got that? Which way does it go? Because you could have held that multiple ways. Do you know,
You
I'm
can
just going to
hold it
open that out so you can
multiple
see it
ways,
like that, so
but
you
that's
can
the
really
right way up.
appreciate what's there. Look at that. That shimmer and shine again. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do get yours. Check out those baskets, stay with us, come back in the morning as well, just to see the inspiration. And of course, if you've already bought yours, you might be tempted to go for a few more items as well tomorrow, because there's still loads we haven't talked about. Kay, thank you so much. I hope you get a good night's rest.
Thank you.
Because you're in bright and early.
I am,
See you in the
yes.
morning. Of course,
Thank
do
you.
stay with us. I've got another great show ahead as well. I'm going to give you the menu. Oh, I did love that hour, but there's another amazing hour ahead. I'm joining Marie for So Enchanting. Kay's back again a little bit later on. And then, of course, we've got Best of Crafts too for you.
Hello, I'm Sue Trangmar and I started Daisy Chain Designs 20 years ago. Back in the day there were very few quilt patterns in the marketplace, and so I started to bring patterns into the UK from America and Australia, and along the way I've been lucky enough to work with some fantastic British designers, and that is what really the essence of Daisy Chain Designs are. At Daisy Chain Designs, we're passionate about sewing and quilting. We design projects that hopefully will inspire you to pick up your needle and thread and have a go. We have great fun in designing things from the very start, and then the end product is always very exciting when you actually see it made. So don't miss the Daisy Chain Design shows on Hochanda.
Exciting news! For the 5th year in a row, Hochanda has been awarded the top accolade of Platinum Trusted Service Award from Feefo. These awards recognise businesses that deliver exceptional experiences as rated by you, our customers, and we're honoured to have been selected. The Trusted Service Award means you can shop with confidence, based on the reviews from over 60,000 Hochanda customer experiences. Thank you for your independent reviews. It means a lot to us.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping baskets, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hello, I'm Carol.
And I'm Hayley.
And together we are the Dreamies. Dreamies have been around for 11 years now. We started with CD-ROMs, we've developed into stamps, paper pads, dies, we've now got the Dinky Inkies range as well, so we've got so much to bring to you at Hochanda.
We design everything in-house and we manufacture in the UK. We produce tutorials to inspire you to get the most from our products.
On the Dreamies shows, we hope to further inspire you with all the techniques and tips that we can offer, hopefully getting you to use all of your inks, your flower making techniques, and really build on all the skills you probably already have. Make sure you join us for the Dreamies shows on Hochanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Martin. I've been a paper crafter for well over 20 years now and a designer for just over 10 years. Sentimentally Yours is my multi-award winning brand of clear stamps, rubber stamps. I've now also introduced lots of craft dies in there, designer papers. I have my mediums where we've introduced the Flawless Media brand into the Sentimentally Yours family. So on our Hochanda shows we aim to inspire you, to be educational and to teach you how to get the most from the products that we're bringing to you. The Sentimentally Yours family has grown to include my good friend Julia Watts and our new designer Trudy Howard. Hopefully we're all going to bring something different to the show, so you're going to be enriched with lots of different ideas and inspiration. Be sure to join us for our Sentimentally Yours shows on Hochanda.
Hello again. If you've been with us all evening, don't go anywhere just yet. We've got one more live hour and I'm looking forward to this. I've had some great shows again today. This is actually my second hour with our guest Marie. This is so enchanting. We had a very busy show earlier on. Let's say good evening to Marie first of all. Do you know what, Marie? I've just remembered as well, although we worked together earlier, I didn't ask you where this all started.
Oh gosh, yes. It sort of happened, I say it happened by chance. Actually getting into it as a business was by chance.
Okay.
Grandma was always a stitcher and a sewer and a knitter. The only thing she couldn't teach me was knitting. So my mum taught me to knit. Grandma couldn't teach me to knit, or she tried, but being left-handed it was quite tricky.
I see.
And then, I mean, I was always working for different companies, and then as things changed and I moved south, it evolved really. So
how wonderful. Oh, lovely. And it's great to have you here at Hochanda as well. I've got to say, relatively new to us, although you've done a number of shows now and they've all been very, very busy. Seasoned pro, that's how I'm going to class Marie now, because that's what she is. She certainly is. 5 o'clock was the earlier show as well, so if you want to catch that, you can get that, of course. You can watch that back, or maybe you recorded it. But it does mean also, because it was busy, we've got quite low numbers on some of the stocks as well. This is the final show for today, so don't miss out. Let's have a look. We'll start right at the beginning, of course, because straight away you can see we've got a flexi buy on this one as well. Now, we've got the table runner for you. We do have a finished sample here in the studio. And I've got to say, the fabrics are stunning. These are Moda, you probably recognise that. The quality is just top notch, isn't it, Marie?
yes, it is. Yeah, it's as you know, it's a top quality count. Moda, you know, you've got a red that. Reds can at times bleed. The quality of Moda, you know, it's seldom do we have that problem, or if at all, if ever. And they're just classic. You know, you work with them. They're easy to, you know, they wash well. And again, it's down to choice as to whether you wash them before you use them or whether you wash them afterwards, because there's a very minute possibility you might get some shrinkage. As a preference to myself, I don't wash them until after. I like the finish in them. I find them easier to work with. But it is really, you'll have your quilters, you know, they must and they will wash them before, but I've never had any problems with them, and I just love the quality of the fabric.
Yes, and so does everybody who purchased this mould as well, because we hear that, of course, from our viewers. Now, that is a stunning sample. And, of course, we didn't mention the wording there. You've got the poem that runs around. Now, you don't have to use the poem if you don't want to.
No, you don't. I mean, the wording is thank you for the world so sweet, thank you for the food we eat, thank you for the birds that sing, thank you, cook, for everything. But obviously, you know, if you want to put the stitchery on, you want to apply it, then fine. If you want to leave it blank, that's fine. Or, again, you maybe want to put the family members' names that will be sitting around eating.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
with the
a nice
table.
idea. I like that.
Yeah, so
Beautiful.
it's open.
Well, we have got Flexi on this one for you as well, so you can split the cost, 2 payments of £20. Item number 334805, and already 40% of the stock has gone on that particular item. We've got so much to get through as well. Oh, just wait and see what else we've got coming up. We've got another table runner for you. This is our fur babies. Now, you can see, well, if you know anything about Lynette Anderson, this is one of Lynette's designs. When you see that beautiful detail in the fabrics, there's a certain colour palette, isn't there, that she tends to work with, and really, really nice. And if anybody loves their cats and dogs, this is a great one to go for.
Definitely, yes. You could even, I thought about it actually, and if you wanted to, there's nothing saying that you can't actually embroider the names of your pets that maybe the pictures apply
I like
to.
that idea as well. Again, this is just stunning. We've got a great price on this, £34.95. There is a finished sample right behind me as well. I don't know if we can zoom in on that. I think we will be able to, so you can really see the detail in this one. I mean, the characteristics. I mean, Lynette Anderson. The first time I came across that name was I was given some papercraft products to work with. It was some years ago, actually, and I fell in love with them straight away.
Yeah.
So I recognised Lynette straight away as well, which is beautiful. What a lovely project that is. 297477 is the item number. Now, wait until you see this next one. Oh, the finished sample we've got hung up here in the studio. The first thing I noticed when I looked at the counter, Marie, was I was drawn straight to the fabrics, because, again, the quality of the fabrics, the colour palette that we've got running through here. If I'm just flicking through here so you can really appreciate the designs. But it's when you get to that red one that really makes everything work, doesn't it? And when you see the sample, the finished product here, you will really know what I mean. Isn't that gorgeous? There we are. Now, this is a whole kit. Now, not just the fabric samples we've got there. I want to show you these as well, because you've got the pre-printed stitcheries. Now, this has been very, very busy, approaching 70% of the stock gone. I'm not going to go through each and every one of these samples or these stitcheries, because we have got the finished sample that you're going to see shortly. But look at this. Everything's been thought about for you. The fabrics, again, the quality is just exceptional. Let's have a look at that sample. You can see those stitcheries there. And am I right in thinking as well, Marie, we could take those individual designs and use them again in the future with the instructions we've got? Have we got the templates in there as well?
Yes, the templates. Although we've pre-printed one set for you of 9, there are the templates in there for you to use it in the future. You can create another quilt, you could create wall hangings, you can use them in any which way. You've always got them once you've purchased the kit.
Wonderful. And I must mention as well, the kit does include your perlé, so the thread that you're going to use, of course, to create that stitching. No wonder we've been busy on this. It's absolutely beautiful. £82.95. When it's gone, it's gone. 730000. Lots of zeros there. Let's move on, though. There's something coming up next. Again, it's another Lynette Anderson. This is such a lovely project as well, because it's so, so usable. Let me show you inside here. Of course, Marie's personalised this one with her name, so you could do that. You get so much in this kit, don't you?
You do. You've got your PVC in there, you've got your zips, you've got your popper, you've also got your little clasp, as well as your self-covered button, which actually makes your fob there. You've got the pre-printed stitchery for the front, and you've also got the pre-printed stitchery for your button too. But again, with your templates in there for the next time, as and when you want to make it again, because I'm sure once people see this, they'll be going, can you make me one too, please?
I'm sure they will. I absolutely love this. And I'm actually thinking, you know, yes, you could keep all your sewing needs in there, but I think you could keep other crafty items in this as well, and other accessories. It doesn't have to be for stitching. You can use it for whatever you wish. It is gorgeous, isn't it? It's called a sewing companion, but seriously, I think you could do more with that as well. You get all of those components, even down to the little popper. Look, everything's been thought about. I love the colour blues in this as well. There's so many different tones in there. $34.95 is the price for this one. You're getting everything you need there, of course, to create that, including all the zips and those components. 685386 is the item number. Full instructions, of course. Now, when it comes to bags, this next bag, oh, wow, this is such a good size. And when you talk about the quality of fabrics again, you're going to see this here. Now, I think most people who've been stitching for some time, Marie, would recognise these fabrics straight away, particularly the floral ones. But also we've got
the Moda flannels, needle flannel,
we?
and there is a needle cord. And as you've already mentioned, the fabrics used for the flowers, they are from Moda as well. So in the kit, you'd get all the fabrics to be able to make the flowers. You get all the fabrics for the lining and for the outer, and your handle, obviously. And you also get the buttons as well.
You get everything you need, don't you, to make this look the part, and that really is what it looks like. I'm just going to open this out a little bit at the bottom so you can appreciate the width of the bottom there. So the gusset almost on the bottom there, you can see the detail that's stitched into this, where you've joined those different sections there, Marie, as well. I love the top stitching that you can see with the thread that's been chosen. It really sort of brings it to life. Are these the flowers that we're going to be doing during this hour?
No, actually, but they will be similar, made similarly. Again, those flowers, if you didn't, you know, if you'd got the kit and you were from the pattern, there's nothing to say that you couldn't apply the flowers to another project just by themselves, or even just make yourself a single brooch. Or yes, I mean, the flowers are quite similar, but not the same.
This is so tactile as well. It's absolutely beautiful. 2 payments of £20. If you want to split the cost on this one as well, item number 264826. Right, now, something else that's been very popular in the first, I'm just going to walk back, if I can show you the bunny cushions. Now, there's 2 different options. Now, you've got a choice of summertime, which is the one with...
The other one.
This one?
Yes.
The other ones, do you know they did that the wrong way around earlier on then? Oh. Yes, because, yeah, you watch it back. So, summertime is the pinky one, and springtime is the green one.
I think you got it right earlier. Yeah, I think you did. No?
$29.95 is the price here. 963496 is the item number. Do you know, does it matter which one you're going for? They're both as equally beautiful, aren't they? And you have got, well, you've got the colour choice. Maybe go for one of each. That's what I would be doing. 963496. I know these were very, very busy earlier on. Can I point out the little tails on the bunnies? They're so sweet.
They're
look.
Yeah,
aren't they cute?
They're Suffolk puffs. I'm trying to think of the other name. That anyway. So yes, they're the little Suffolk puffs, which you do have the template in, but they're quite straightforward. And again, the little templates for the bunnies, which you could either raw edge or you can needle turn applique them.
Beautiful. There you are. Summertime or springtime are your choices. 963496 is the item number. Right, let's move forward again. In my heart, that's where we are now. We've got a little cushion for you. This is beautiful as well. Once again, you've got the pre-printed stitchery here. You can see that on the front of the counter. You have got those beautiful Moda fabrics again in this one. Do you know, such a lovely design, Marie, isn't it?
It is lovely. You've got the sampler on there, and I think it lends itself as well. If you've got somebody close or that would appreciate a wedding gift, I think it's ideal for that. It's almost as if the two are tying the knot underneath the tree there. So if you're after a form of wedding sampler, I think a gift, it would be absolutely perfect.
It would, and if you haven't spotted it already, just look at the hair. On the girl there. It makes me smile, this one, it really does. Look at her hair. It's as though she's got 3 little plaits all sticking up. Love it. Can I just turn this one around as well, so again you can appreciate the fabrics that you're getting in this kit. This is beautiful, isn't it? My sort of colours. £27.95, 468456 is the item number. Right, something else that was busy, and actually this was demonstrated by Marie in the earlier show. This is so pretty. Such fresh, bright, beautiful colours as well. Now this kit doesn't just come with the fabric. You're getting so much in here as well, aren't you, Marie? Because you've got the zip, which has got the most chunkiest teeth I've ever seen, I think, on a zip. It's such a
very strong zip, yes, very
really strong. There's your stitchery again, so you've got that flower already pre-printed for you. You've got the embellishments in here as well. If I just pick this up, So you can see, even these are included. And I really like the embellishments because they're all different, aren't they? You can see them on the front there.
Yes, there's one or
on
two
the
quite
handles.
chunky ones as well, yes.
Aren't they lovely? And don't they go perfectly with the fabrics? But there's something a little bit different about this one as well. You've got some wording on the handles. Now that is pre-printed for you as well, isn't it?
That is pre-printed, yeah, ready for you to stitch. You apply your stitchery stabiliser and then you would turn it through. Both handles have got stitchery on them for you to do.
That zip is such a good zip, it really is. Now look inside as well. You've got your lining. I mean, this again is a really generous bag, isn't it? I mean, you could use that for all sorts again. I like to show these all the way around because the shaping and also the added little bits, you know, like the tab there, the tab there. So when you zip, you can hold on to that and you're pulling that zip taut so it runs freely.
Yes, it's quite
beautiful.
professionally put together, which is nice, and you wouldn't have any qualms of walking out with it.
I would rephrase that. I would say it is very professionally put together. Beautiful. And I love the top stitching on there. Everything about this, the quilting that Maria's done as well, just stunning. £37.95 if you want to go for this one. 804351. Right, I'm smiling because I know what's coming up. I think we might be seeing a little bit more of this chap as well during this hour. We've got Bonaparte for you. Can I just point out his little nose as well? Can we get a close-up of his nose from the side? Look at his nose. Oh, do you know, I'm going to give him a bit of a twirl like I did earlier. Now, he will sit in so many different places, wouldn't he? On the back of a sofa, on a chair.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you could literally sit him anywhere. He could keep you company.
He's
you could
quite
take him around the house.
flat-bottomed, yes.
He is quite flat-bottomed. That's why he sits really well. Look, there you are.
He's quite flat-bottomed.
I love the shape of his legs as well, whether he's sitting or whether you just hold him in like that. He looks a very friendly chap, I've got to say.
He's probably a bit sozzled, maybe. I don't know. I suppose you could do the eyes a little different, couldn't you, to make him look that a little bit different too.
A little bit more sozzled.
Well, a little bit more sozzled. We've actually included safety eyes in the kit for that. However, I'll be showing you later, you actually cut them off and use them as a bead.
Oh.
But there's nothing stopping you using the eye as a safety eye to push it through, especially if you're thinking of giving it to somebody above the age of 3. I wouldn't suggest anyone younger than that. But yes, so the safety eyes are included in it, but we only actually cut them off as per the pattern and glue them on. But as I say, there's nothing stopping you using them as a safety eye.
And you do get more because not only do you get all the fabrics, and this is a faux leather as well, isn't it?
That's right. It's very soft, very supple, and very, very easy to work with.
It certainly is. It's beautiful. You also get, there he is, look. We've just spotted him. There he is in the magazine. Well, I say magazine, would like to say this is a book, really. Now, you've got lots of projects in there as well. This is also included in this bundle. Not going to spoil it and show you everything. $39.99 is the price. All you need is just toy stuffing to, of course, stuff our wonderful Bonaparte and your thread to create him as well. 659,738. We have got flexi on that as well, so you can split that one down. 2 payments of £20 again.
What can I? Sorry, before something I should have pointed out earlier. Actually, is Bonaparte in the book, the template in the book. He's probably only about 8-9 inches tall. But we've actually increased the template. We've put that template in for you to create him the size that he is.
Amazing.
To make it, so you have got 2 size templates in
So
there.
you could use the template in the book as well with different
Of
fabrics
course.
and make mini ones.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
I mean, one of the
better.
reasons that we made him bigger as well was to make it easier to use the faux leather.
Yeah.
Because to use, although it is soft and supple, but to have used it on something that's quite small would have been quite fiddly.
Yeah.
So there's not. You could use felt, you could use cotton. So there's loads of different uses,
Wonderful.
different fabrics.
Okay, well, we'll be seeing more, I'm sure, of Bonaparte in a little while. Let's have a look at the next item. Look at the button on this one, I love it. Another Lynette Anderson design here as well. Bird in a basket. This is a cushion kit for you again. $34.95. There's a lot going on in this one, isn't there, Marie? There's so many beautiful sort of elements about this. The paper piecing. Can I point out the mini one at the top as well? I think that is so sweet. Now, there's lots of different sort of stitches in here. I love the flowers as well.
That's what we're going to be doing.
They're the
as
ones,
the demo.
aren't they?
Yes,
Beautiful.
they're the ones, the demo.
Well, we will see much more of this then, won't we? We are going to sit in demonstration. $34.95, item number 831108. The next one, we've got some very clever chickens for you. Those clever chickens read Dickens as well, and there they are, reading their Dickens novels. £34.95 for this one. It's a whole kit again, and we've got Moda Batiks in this kit, haven't we?
That's right, yeah, Moda Batiks. You've got the hand embroidery, and you've got your clasp there as well, which is a new addition to the pattern. You've actually got the bums on the back as well, Catherine.
We have indeed. Let me just turn those around. There they are. Another lovely shaped bag as well, and a really generous size. Just look at the detail in the bottom there, using those fabrics as well. Beautiful. If you want to go for this, don't forget you do get the hardware included with this one, 921310. Again, just £34.95. The quality of these fabrics is just wonderful as well.
Thank you.
Let's move on. Another one that kind of caught my eye, and we have got the most amazing sample in the studio again for this one. The colours, the fabrics, the fact that everything again, pre-printed stitchery for you. We're going back to cats, aren't we? And
Yes.
when we look at the sample, look at the expressions and really look at the detail in these stitched elements here, because there's so much detail in them. I keep spotting things I didn't spot before.
Yeah, you've got Love Me, Love My Cat. Kitties just want to have fun. One can never have too many cats. All creatures great and small. Yes, they're just cheeky really, and they are having, as you would expect a little kitty to be doing. And these are all in Kim Deal fabrics as well. So you've got the pre-printed stitcheries there. You've also got the templates to be able to do them again at any other time that you want to, and to use them for different projects. So the only thing that you would need to complete that is your general sewing supplies, and your wadding and your backing, because of course we do include the perlé thread.
You certainly do. Yes, you've got everything there with regards to the perlé thread, so you've got that, and such a quality thread as well, of course. Beautiful. Item number there, 465660. You've got two payments of £34.98. It's another one that's been very busy. I am not surprised with that, and the fact that you provide, again, Marie, those templates in there to recreate those beautiful stitcheries.
Yeah.
Once you've done the quilt, or maybe you want to make another quilt or turn them into smaller projects. We've still got a little bit more, then we'll get to Marie for demonstration. I just want to bring in this one. Now, we don't have a finished sample as such, but I know we do. You know, this was another busy item earlier as well. We're dancing in the rain here, so you've got the pre-printed stitchery once again. So much fun. Another one that gives a smile to the face, isn't it? You've got the little girl with her umbrella there. We've got a great price on this one as well. It will make a whole project, of course. You've got the pre-printed stitchery, as I say. You've also got, of course, the instructions and the template there, £12.95. A lovely project. Maybe if you wanted something quite small, something to get going, this might be a nice choice for you. 910972 is the item number. Now, we've got another black work kit for you as well. Now, this is fabulous because you've got 3 different projects included here. Let's have a look at the details for this one. So, of course, you've got your full instructions again. Again, you've got the pre-printed stitcheries there. And you can make, if I just bring up the little cushion, this is so sweet. Again, the size of this, Maria, I just adore. Just to sit that onto a little chair in a bedroom, or, you know, onto a bed, or put that somewhere. That would be lovely in a guest room, I think, wouldn't it?
And the stitchery as well on that particular one is really quite intricate. There's lots going on in there. You've got a little verse, you've got lots of flowers, you've got the birdhouse. Again, you know, you've got the black thread, which we include.
Yep.
So everything that's included to make all 3 projects there. The only thing is you'll need just your wadding, and your backing just to finish those off. Oh, actually, sorry, no, we put the backing in on those, beg your pardon. So it's just wadding and your stuffing, yeah, so you do get the backing in on those.
Wonderful. And this is your third project, the little wall hanging. Well, you've got 2 wall hangers. You've got this one and the smaller one. You've got the cushion as well. What a lovely collection. £37.95, £593,816.
And of course, it is all Moda fabrics as well.
Of course, of course. Now, I'm going to move on. The bird's calling. They're literally calling. Now, this was extremely busy earlier. We did have this in a blue option and it flew out, excuse the pun. We've now changed the blue for grey, but no compromise on the quality of the linen that's been used. This has also been very, very busy. I do feel as though I'm going to have to tilt the frame a little bit because I can see that's catching the light. So if we can just see that there. These are stunning. You're getting all 3 of these designs. This is onto the grey. I've got to say, Marie, these caught my eye when I came to the studio earlier, and the blue ones were in the frame. But I don't know whether I actually prefer the grey now. I love them both.
Yes, it has you know, it has worked really, really well. So
It definitely has.
the preprint is on the fabric. Of course, you're not getting the frames.
No, of course not.
The project is for you to, again, you can incorporate them, or you can get your own frames to do them. You can incorporate them into another project, whether it be a wall hanging, whether it be a cushion. It's there to give you scope, and they're, absolutely stunning on the grey, really nice on the grey.
It certainly is.
100% linen, it's beautiful linen, it's
And
lovely
you did
linen.
say this is kind of a new theme for you.
It
So
is
I
with
think
the
you're going to
white.
be doing much more of this.
It is with the white. It was a thought, because of course you have the Japanese sashiko, and you know, you see that and it works well. And I was just having a bit of a play, and I thought, I like that.
Well, we've just gone green on the screen. We've just gone limited stock on the grey now. You are loving the grey just as much as the blue. Do not miss out on those. Oh, we're going to get to demo next. Before I say it's sold out, we'll keep you updated on that. 353202. Check those baskets out. This is, of course, the final hour for Marie today. I don't know if we'll see these back again. Right, Marie, what can we see when it comes to demonstration?
Right, we're going to look at the bird in the basket. We're going to look at the flowers, how we're making the flowers. Again, if you know, if there's anything else, you'll take away actually how to make these little flowers, use them as brooches, add them onto another project. So you have your, and I've done this slightly bigger only because obviously on the TV, for having little fiddly things, and if your hands are a bit wobbly anyway, it's quite tricky. So they're just slightly smaller than this. So you will get your buttons included in your kit.
Okay.
And then what you'll do is you'll draw your template, your circle template for your button. And if I just pull that out slightly, you can see I've taken a thread. Again, I've used red. It's not coordinating colour of thread to the fabric, purely because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing.
Of course.
So I've double threaded. I've tied a good knot, so hopefully when I pull, it's not going to come all the way back through. And I've done a very simple running stitch, you know, very close to the edge. Okay. So
Now,
we'll
just
do
as
that.
we're watching you there, Marie, as well, I've got a feeling that you want to give a bit of a shout out.
Well, with it being Mother's Day tomorrow, I have Mummy McDonald and I have Mummy Coral, in which I've got to wish a happy Mother's Day for tomorrow. And then I have a first Mother's Day for my little sister with little Emily Mia.
Lovely name.
Oh, she's so gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. I think she's just over 4 months now, going on 5 months. She's really coming into herself. So so happy first Mother's Day, Emma.
Oh, how lovely is that? I bet you'll be doing lots of sewing.
If she's not spoilt already, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I can imagine the little dresses and things now.
The quilts are piling up, and the thing is, though, you know, there's only a small room there for her, and of course, all her grandparents are spoiling her just the same, because I'm an older auntie, so so it's just like, you've just got to pull the brakes on a little bit, because there's no room for everything that you really want to give to her.
She's going to be one very spoiled little girl, I think.
So, right, we've done the circle, we've done the running stitch, okay, so we will now pop our cone from our self-covered button inside there, and then we will pull that quite tight, given that I've done a double thread, okay, and just make sure that you're not creased round.
Yeah, so it's just a case
Flatten
of,
it out.
sort of
Yeah, just
working that around
easing
the
it,
edge.
that's right.
Lovely.
And what I would suggest, if you can, is just wrap it round there. Before you tie it off, I would then get your button back, okay, so you want all the gritty, teethy bits here to go down onto the fabric so it's biting, and push it as firmly down.
It will just push fit then, you don't need any hammers or anything like that?
No. And what's nice about the plastic domes is that they're so much lighter. I mean, everything has its place, of course, but for these projects, and because they are decoration, and then I'll just trim that off there.
How neat is that as well?
Yeah, and they're so light. They are so much lighter, and they don't tend to flop around so much either, you know, if you've got them stitched on. So So right, we've got our little dome, as you can see there, that's going in the middle. But what we'll do, and this is quite fun really, to get our petals, we need our pen and we need our fabrics, right sides together. And we take, for this I've actually used my middle finger, but you could actually use your index finger for the smaller ones that we've done on the project. And all we'll do is we'll just draw around it. I think there is actually a template in the pattern. Well, I know there's a template in the pattern, but I just thought it was just a bit fiddly, and to be a bit quicker, get your finger that fits, and then just draw around it. And of course, not forgetting that you need to have a bit of a little bit of a gap so that you can cut through. So you've got a seam allowance. Okay.
I'm just looking at the templates now, actually. If we can have a quick look at this. Of course, you're getting your full instructions, but this is the template sheet. There's so much in here. Of course, you've got your paper piecing for those hexagons as well, which are in different, you know, sizes. I absolutely love those tiny ones. I know the smaller you get, sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult. And you were saying earlier there isn't too many to do, but I absolutely love those.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only reason I've done the bigger ones, as I say, is just for ease, really, on being on the TV here, and so that, you know, I'm not faffing too much and wobbling and so on. So now what we will do, I've already got 4 cut out here, but once you've done that, you'll need to go to your machine and you'll need to sew round the line that you've just drawn.
Okay.
Now, what I would also recommend as well is to, so the needle down, is to go backward and forward a little bit on the, once you've started, and you see what I mean here, and go backward and forward, because you're going to cut that and you're going to turn it. And when you do that, you're going to end up pulling it apart. And because it's so small, you don't want them to start coming apart, because it'll start fraying and then it'll make it even more fiddly. You don't want it to be fiddly, and there's no need for it to be fiddly. So you'll stitch around each one of those as near as possible. But and I was going to say no petal is perfect, but that's not true, is it? Every petal is perfect.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. Okay, and then again, just back up a couple of times again. There we go. So we'll get rid of that.
Okay, lovely.
Now, of course, you would do the same for all the petals, but as I've already done those, there's no point me doing. Now, there's two ways you could go here. When cutting it out, okay, you could cut as close to the stitching as possible. But if that's the case and the way you want to do it, make sure you've used a small stitch. You could even go as small as between 1 and 1.5.
Okay.
Because if you use the largest and you want to have more of a seam allowance, as a dressmaker would do, you would clip round your corners so that when you turn it, it's going to turn out nicely. But that's not necessary, to be quite honest. But again, you know, it's like anything, it comes down to personal choice. And then all you would do is just turn them through. There's my chopstick coming into action again.
Would you use the blunt end of a knitting needle as well, you know, where the head of a knitting
needle
is?
Yeah, anything that you've got, I mean, sometimes you've got a pencil that you know, that you've broken the lead in, and that's, you know, that's
right.
right.
A paintbrush handle, perhaps.
You don't have to go and get anything, you know, or don't go, I was going to say, don't go out for a Chinese and go nickel. I don't think they'd be very happy, or I'll get them all phoning me up and saying, excuse me, can you pay for all of these chopsticks that have gone missing? So, okay, so you'll turn that through. So now what we'll do is we'll get our, I forgot an extra bit there. Oh no, it's just a, okay, so one I've threaded earlier, because you know what it's like when needles and threading live. Doesn't work, yes.
Been there,
so again, so again, a little bit of a running stitch. So we've gone through, and you're going through the bottom. Then there's no need to turn the raw ends up, because they're going to be hidden by the button that you're going to put through the middle. So little running stitches. Again, I've doubled my thread up for there's nothing worse or more frustrating than you've done it once and then you have to do it again because the thread's broken.
think we've all done that as well. In fact, that's a good time to say, I think, don't compromise on the quality of your threads that you use as well. It's important to have a good quality thread, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and it's like the whole saying in life, isn't it? Really, you get what you pay for. Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a time and place for everything, but no, it's if you can afford to get better, then get better.
There is another kit that we have available as well that we've not mentioned yet, so I'm hoping we might be able to touch on that when we go through the show. I do know, because guess who went and bought it after the earlier hour?
Ah,
Yes, I did.
which
I
one
went
did you
shopping.
buy? You
I
bought
went for the tote bag.
Oh,
I
okay.
do. We haven't even seen that. Yes, we've got something else. It's beautiful as well.
Okay.
Maybe we can get to see that in a little while.
Okay, so right, I've got all my five petals. Then just join it up with your first petal, as you can see. Yeah, just pull it, and then just pull it nicely. And again, just put a couple of stitches in there and draw it. Okay, and then you can manipulate it, because what you're then
that
going
comes
to
together
do,
beautifully.
yeah, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put your button in there. Now you've got two options again here, and as you can see, all the threads and raw edges have all gone underneath. Yeah, but she says, oh no, guess what?
Oh no,
It's pulled out.
Oh no!
Oh no! Hang on. Let's just mend it. Well, actually, no, we won't need to mend it. I can show you the other one I did earlier. A bit like Blue Peter. Can we say that? So there we go. So now, as I say, you've got two options, a couple of options. Now, because it's going straight onto the cushion, you can stitch it.
Yeah.
There's nothing saying that you can't glue it. So again, that's down to your own. Just give it a few stitches round.
Would it be a good fabric glue then, if you were going to glue it, a particular fabric glue, or could you use a general PVA?
I've used a glue gun.
Have you?
Yes.
That's a good idea.
I've used a glue gun, and and because you're not seeing it, and you'll only need a small amount. It's
quick grab
again,
easy from
yeah,
glue
but
gun as
again,
well.
it's down to your person. Don't go out and get one specifically if you haven't got one. Just persevere and just stitch it onto your cushion, and you'll be absolutely fine. But again, you can use these flowers, and you can put them almost on, you know, if you wanted to make a little brooch or
They'd
make
lovely hair
several of them.
accessories as well, wouldn't they?
Yes,
You could
yeah,
put them
onto grips and
a band
things.
or
Yeah,
on a
exactly.
headband.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
All right.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you, Marie. I'm just going to hold up this cushion again so you can see the full cushion once it's made up as well, and I'll give you the details again. This is your Bird in a Basket cushion kit. 831108 is the item number. Only $34.95 for the full kit there. All you need to do is, of course, put your stuffing into the cushion there. It even comes with that lovely little button there as well. Now, I have got a bit of an update as well, because we've had a sellout. I am not surprised at this. The bird's calling. They've flown away. They've all sold out. That's the grey option, also gone now. I am not surprised. These were, oh, well done. That's all I can say to everybody who got those. I do hope Marie brings back similar kits in the future. I'm sure she will, but they were divine. Right, now that I did mention a tote bag as well. I'm so pleased we can see this, because it is absolutely gorgeous. Let's have a look at it. This is the kit. It really is stunning. Again, Marie, here we've got so many different fabrics in here. We've got the pre-printed stitchery again, which forms the pocket on the front. If I just show you that first of all. There it is.
They're all Annie Dan's fabrics in this particular project. Again, you've got your pre-printed stitchery there ready to go, and again you do get the template in there to recreate it again at any time that you want to reuse it. You get all the fabrics for the lining, the outer, the pockets. Again, the only thing that you would need is your general sewing supplies, your threads and your wadding.
I just opened this up as well. It's such a pretty lining. I love everything about this, and I genuinely did go and buy this because I was so taken with it. It's very me.
Yeah.
I just think it's the most beautiful project, and it's only $34.95. I love the drawstring on this as well. If you just pull from the side, you can see how that pulls in. I can tell you as well, it's approaching limited stock on this one. Do you know, if you make that for yourself or you gift it to someone, again, I would sit that on a chair just so I could have it on view, even if I wasn't using it as well. I wouldn't put it away in a cupboard, that's for sure. Love it. 902164 is the item number for that one. Did want to make sure that we did see that. Now, we've got something else that's gone limited stock as well. I'm not surprised with this one. The Ultimate Sewing Companion. That has also gone limited stock. Now, we did see this earlier on. All the items were busy on the earlier show. Make sure you check those baskets out. This is the final live hour of the day, and of course the final hour for Marie today and So Enchanting. This is a wonderful kit. You're getting everything that you need when it comes to, of course, the materials here, including that pre-printed stitchery again there. Lynette Anderson designs again. You've got the hardware, you've got the PVC for the pockets, you've got the buttons in there. We've just seen how these work as well. So that covers this demonstration also. But such a usable project. And if you want to create, you know, further embellishments on this, you could do, or if you want to personalise as Marie has done there. I love the little hexagon here as well as to put pins and things. Oh, that is so, I might have to go shopping again. Oh, it's limited stock.
Flowers as well, just inside that Lynette has suggested with, as you can see, the three there, the little flowers
There
on
it
the yeah, and also on the pin holder, there's three little flowers there that you've taken from the fabrics as well to create.
Just down here, beautiful. And look, you've got the zips included, everything. No wonder it's been busy. 685386 is the item number. Don't miss out on that one. Grab that before it's gone as well. There we are. Right, Marie, we can head back to you. I think we might be seeing a certain character.
We're going to see Bonaparte. Okay, so as you can see, here's the little chap sitting there quite nicely. So I wanted to point out, these are the templates that you're actually going to get in your kit as well. So these are the full size templates that you'll be getting. Okay. And of course there is a pattern sheet with the magazine that has Bonaparte there, as I said, with a smaller, he's a smaller chappy, but you have got the full size templates in there.
Amazing.
So we're going to have a look at Bonaparte. First of all, I'd like to show you the faux leather that we've used. And as you can tell, it is incredibly soft and very, very easy to work with. My suggestion would be as well, when you're pinning, you're obviously the right sides together. When you pin to the outside. So for example, I've done that because that's the cotton fabric. Okay. When you're pinning, pin to the outside and draw. Now, whether that's with a chalk or if you're happy to free, only because I use very thin pins and mine haven't left any sort of hole in them, you know, a pinhole in them. But if you're using thicker pins, then perhaps you may leave a little hole. So just to be safe, to be safe rather than sorry. Okay. Or just try it on the edge there, and if yours do, then obviously don't use it to be in the main part of the pattern that you're cutting.
That's a lovely tip, actually. Thank you for sharing that.
So that's there. The other thing I would suggest as well with Bonaparte, on the smaller pattern, the arms, when you put them on, they have actually, because he is smaller, they have whip stitched the arms on.
Right, yeah.
But because he's bigger, you could do that, but what we've actually done is we've used a thick, strong thread, and we've used a doll needle, and we've gone through a few times. So you'll go backward and forward with the thread on with the arms once they're in situ, because you're holding there and you put the needle through, making sure you leave plenty of thread length on, because don't forget, you know, once you get to that and that length, you're not going to be able to go through again, and you're going to go, oh, okay.
This method also means you can move his arms as well.
Yes, but carefully, because of course, unless you're going to do it a lot of times, or even what you could do, you could put buttons on there if you wanted to.
I like that idea as well.
Yeah,
that would look really good, actually.
But when you've finished, don't come out the side once you've finished. Go up through the back of his head somewhere, or somewhere else where you're not going to see the thread through the seam. because that's what all the toy makers do with their teddies, and it tends to make the arm stay on for longer. So it's got another route to find to actually, it's not always going the same way. It's actually going off in another direction, so it's not being pulled.
As well.
Yeah. So that's your doll needles, which we've got as an add-on.
Yes, we do have those available for you.
Okay.
Are they an end of call, the doll needles? They are,
Yes,
aren't they? Yes,
yes.
I did spot them earlier.
Yes, they are. Yeah, and there's 3 different sizes. I've used the middle one, but you know that's entirely up to you.
Just if we may have a little pause, Marie, for a second, because we've had another sellout. Oh, I'm not surprised with this one. It's the tote bag. I'm so pleased I got it early. I thought, shall I wait while 9 o'clock? No, don't do that. It might sell out. We've got something else that's gone limited stock as well. Oh, love me.
I'm
love
pleased. Those
my
fabrics
cats.
are beautiful. Those Annie Downs fabrics are lovely.
They are.
Yes.
Well, the quilt is also limited stock, Marie, with the cats. There we are. Love me. I love my cat quilt kit. Limited stock, $69.95, 465 660. Back to you, Marie.
The ladies are being very busy, aren't they?
Yes.
So let's just show you the eyes, okay? And again, obviously you'll have, we were talking earlier about the fact that you've got the safety eyes. So you'll have two eyes, okay, and this is how they'll come, okay, and that's your backings. We have put the backings in them, even though we've actually, in the pattern, it actually says to cut them and to use them with a bead. When you cut them, again, get your rubbish scissors, okay, the ones that you don't love so much. I'm not sure these are going to do it, because these are only just paper scissors. Yes, it did. Okay, and you cut the backs off, and then you would glue them in situ once they're there. Okay, but you have the choice. That's entirely. But if you're going to use them as safety eyes, put them in before you stuff him. Don't try and put them in after you've stuffed him, because you're just not going to do it.
You're not going to have much room to fit them in there, are you?
Exactly. So that will mean that you'll have to stitch these on, or at least glue the eyes, the background for the eyes, the whites of the eyes before. Okay. So glue those on, then push your safety eye through.
Do a little snip with the scissors.
Very tiny, not huge, because obviously sometimes things can grow, can't they? Yeah. So yeah, just the tiniest bit, just to give you an edge there. There's a special tool you used to use, didn't you, when you're knocking into leather? I can't remember what it's called.
Yes, another one you mean. I don't know the name of it either. To play it safe, then, to glue them on, as long as you said, you're not giving it to a young child. But I think with Bonaparte, I think any adult would love him.
Oh, I mean, just the fact, and I said earlier in the previous show, you know, sometimes you think to yourself, well, why has the designer done it that way? And there's usually a reason. Quite often we think, you know, oh, we'll do that. And it can work if you decide to think, well, actually, I think it would work better that way. Well, when I was quickly making Bonaparte up, I thought, well, why am I sort of doing that afterwards, when actually it'd be easier for me to stitch his bottom on, you know, as I'm still in one, and then stuffing him through the back, which is what I did. The reason being is you're stitching by hand Bonaparte, and you're actually creating, because you're stitching him in by hand, you're actually creating a flat bottom. Because I did it in one, it's created a round bottom.
Course. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong in that now. All I would need to do is go round with the black thread now, and that would create it. But then you're making yourself, it's a job again. So just put
And this is the lovely thing about when you buy kits like this, Marie, as well, because things have been tried and tested and worked, so you know that you're getting the best options there. If you want to tweak things yourself and it's works, then great. But, you know, these are tried and tested. I love his scarf as well. Look at his ears. Oh, he's fabulous.
So, and then it's quite straightforward with regards to the whites of his eyes, and it's very easy to do, again with a strong thread. I've already started here, and you don't have to be uniformed with the stitching. You know, the more sort of rough and ready actually gives him that character of look that you want. Again, it's a whip stitch. So I have glued him on, nothing, no specific glue, but something that will stay long enough for you to just being able to. And then if you wanted to do a blanket stitch, you could do so, but a whip stitch will be more than adequate for you to whip round. And as you can see there, I'm having absolutely no problem going through this faux leather with a normal needle.
Jo, I was just going to ask about the needle, if there was a particular type you'd recommend.
No, he's absolutely, no, I've just got a standard standard needle, obviously with the eye big enough for my thicker thread, and I'm just cutting through there. Okay.
I wonder if in time we may see a friend for Bonaparte. Do you think?
Well, there's always a possibility, isn't there? Now you've sown the seed there, Catherine.
Well, he's got a glint in his eye.
I've got so much work to do that you've said all this on this show.
Now
I'm going to be exhausted.
That glint in his eye seems to be a little bit more pronounced, and he's got a very big smile on his face.
And then you would just glue your little bead in there.
Perfect.
Okay. And then his mouth is actually stitched there. I've double stitched him underneath.
Do you know what? The way you do the mouth as well, if you were to change slightly the position, also where you put the bead in the eye as well, doesn't it change the characteristics?
It definitely does change their characteristics.
I love that, because then when everybody makes their own project, even if you were to put lots together, they would all look slightly different, and I love that about projects like this.
Well, you can make them your own. I mean, potentially, I think it's like most people. When you're following a pattern and you do the first one, you make it as, you know, verbatim. You make it as it says in the pattern itself. But then when you start looking at it, you start, you know, getting to it, you think, well, actually, if I did that to him, or if I did that, and so on. So I've just got his nose here, because you did comment on his nose earlier, which is so super cute. So you've got his nose, trace one, okay, because that will be on the template, or just cut it out. I try where I can to photocopy my patterns, only so because once you've cut them, you haven't got them whole again.
Right.
So I do tend to photocopy the keep it in with the pattern. That's right.
Keep it on your computer in a file.
Exactly.
So you can reprint it.
Yeah, and then I cut. It just saves a bit of time, but
Makes
again,
sense.
that's down to preference. Okay. So I've because it's on the black fabric. Again, I've used tailor's chalk, or a chalk go into the kids' box, or just pinch there, because it's black. You know, you're going to get very little tool that's going to be able to show up once you've drawn round it. And again, I didn't need to actually, because my thread was strong enough anyway, but I did double up again. I think it's just habit when you're doing a running stitch and you're drawing. So again, I've just run the running stitch round. Okay, just a few mil in from the edge.
Would you believe we've only got 5 minutes left?
You're kidding?
No.
Oops. Okay, that means hurry up.
Do you know it took me by surprise? I just heard it down my earpiece and I thought, no way!
Okay, well, just as well I started it earlier a little bit, wasn't it? So you'll draw him up, and then what you're going to do, and it's what you need, is you need to get a little bit of foam fill, or cushion fill. Okay. Now, whether it means you go and get one of your old cushions and you think, yeah, that's a bit lumpy, I'll go and get that.
I've done that before, you know. One day I was so desperate for stuffing, I actually cut open a new pillow because I didn't have the opportunity to go out and buy any stuffing.
Fortunately though, depends, you know, they're not that expensive, are they? So fill him up, stuff it to the desired, or for the desired effect, and so that you can actually pull it. And actually, because this thread's a bit thicker, I've not actually really done myself a favour with that, because it's actually pulled it. It's not pulling it as well as I would like it to. But anyway, so we have him now. Okay, so you've pulled him tight there, and then what I would suggest you do, got him nice and tight, just a few stitches side to side. So you're going to draw it in nice and tight.
Okay, it's going to keep it nice and secure as well.
Exactly, yeah, and it's, you know, he's not going to come undone. He's where you want him to be. Now again, nothing stopping you whatsoever gluing him on, but he's going to go on the end here. So you're just going to go a few side to side. Oop.
Oh, I hope he didn't feel that.
Oh no, don't say that. So you're basically going to be sewing him on, okay, and draw him in it.
I'm glad he hasn't got his eyes, they'd be watering now.
I know, they would be, wouldn't they? I'll call you. Sorry, Bonaparte. We'll have to get your your partner.
He's made us stern stuff. Don't
He
worry
is.
about that.
He's not bad, is he? He's all right. So again, you know, just a few stitches side by side. And again, if you're going to give this to a child, make sure that you have got a few stitches in, because you know what's going to disappear first, don't you? And you know what's going to come off first. It's going to be his nose.
Gonna be his
But yeah,
nose,
anything
definitely.
that gives a bit of a wiggle or a wobble, you know, they want to play with him. So there you go. And you got little Bonaparte's nose there. Look.
Oh, do you know, he looks fabulous without his eyes and his ears on properly as well. And then, of course, he's got his little hat, he's got his scarf to go with him as well. He's just a wonderful project. There he is. Let's give the details again. $39.99. You are, of course, getting the fabrics. You're getting the book as well. There's other projects in that book as well. You've got a different size template in there if you want to make Bonaparte again in a smaller version. But yeah, it's a great bundle. It really is. $659,738 if you want to go for this one. Now, we've only got a couple of minutes left, so let's continue down the counter and give you another bit of a recap of one or two items as well. The bird in the basket, we did see demonstration on this one. Can I point out again, the paper piecing, look, the little hexagons, it's these ones, they're so sweet. I just want to go home and do that now. I love the fact you get the button in here as well. You know, you get the stitchery that's pre-printed, all of the fabrics there. If I turn this around so you can see the back, because you're getting the backing for this as well. Obviously, you just need to supply your own threads and your inner filling there as well. Don't go cutting this one open and using it for stuffing a Bonaparte though. Once you've filled that, leave it as it is. 831108 is the item number if you want to go for that one. And then our clever chickens. The clever chickens reading Dickens. That's what they're doing. If you've got another favourite author, I suppose you could actually stitch that.
There's nothing
name,
stuff.
isn't
Yes,
there?
exactly.
There. I look at them with the glasses on as well. I love it. And then if I turn this around so you can see the back there, you can see them from the behind as well. You've got Moda Boutiques involved in this kit as well, which is absolutely beautiful. Lots of decoration, lots of beautiful colours all the way around there. 921310 is the item number. And we are just going to finish with the cat quilt. It is limited stock. Please do not miss out on this one. Let's have a look at the kit again, where we'll have another quick look at the sample as well. I know we're into the last minute. All those glorious fabrics. You've got the stitcheries already pre-printed. There's so many in here as well. You are going to love stitching these. You've got your perlé, you've got your instructions. Of course, you've got the templates that you can reuse as well. 465660. I don't know if I can have a quick flash of that one. It's behind Marie as well, so we can see it in the studio. And as we're doing that, I'm just going to say, Marie, it's been an absolute delight today.
Thank
I've
you.
had two shows with you. I've really thoroughly enjoyed
you.
absolutely everything. Lots of sellouts, lots of limited stocks. Don't miss out. Check those baskets out for 465660. Another project there that's really going to bring a smile to your face. We're literally into the last, well, almost 10 seconds. That's what we've got. Marie, do you know when you're back again?
April the, I want to say the 13th, 17th. It's on
We
a
will watch out for
Tuesday.
you on the schedule. Mark it in your schedule. Keep a check. We'll see you very soon. Oh, another lovely way to end my day today. Coming up next, we've got another hour with Kay and Indigo Blue. That's the one-day special. Then we're back with Best of Crafts 2. And then we have an hour with Jewellery Box.
Hi, I'm Katrina from Rowan Dean. We're a small family business that design embroidery